Hey now, I hope everybody's doing well. This is the RaceGrooves weekend show for the weekend ending May 14th, 2017. That's right, Sunday is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers. Now, let's go ahead and get to this week's videos. I only had a couple videos this week. I was at clamorcon, which is like VidCon. Brand new event for YouTubers, clamorcon. And there was a lot of family channels there, so I got to meet the family of Ryan's Toy Reviews. He was there. And I also met quite a few others. Mommy and Gracie show. Just Mommy was there. Gracie was not there. Or I didn't see her. I don't think she was there. But Melissa and her husband, Bill, he was there. Sweet Willie. People might know him as Sweet Willie from his channel. So quite a few people were there. It was nice because it was more of a creator event rather than fans and creators like VidCon. VidCon, it's got out of control. A lot of teenage girls who want to see their favorite vloggers or favorite people. I'm not even going to VidCon this year. I got things to do with RaceGrooves. Anyways, let's go ahead and highlight some comments from the couple videos that I did do this week. James Twinmill commented at 155, the Camaro with the 3-spoke has a big wheel air in the front. Oops, I got a little ahead of myself. That comment was on my Truck and Tuesday presentation. I reviewed a Hot Wheels set, and it had race team decorations. So I was talking about the race team decorations, kind of starting with a Camaro in the early 90s. He said it looks like the Camaro on the bottom has a large wheel in the front. So I went ahead and got a couple from my collection, both collector number 242. And if you look, wow, huge wheels in the front, the same size as in the back. But I have two like this, and both have the same size. Or at least it looks like the same size wheels in the front. I don't know if they were all released like this or not. It's kind of confusing. This racing hauler pack came with 2 trucks and a Hot Wheels Sol-Aire CX4 model. And Duckmates commented, RIP Sol-Aire CX4. He's correct. We haven't seen a new Sol-Aire model for almost 10 years. Here's the 1998 Flying Aces series Sol-Aire CX4. I really like this one. I'm just going to show you a few samples from my collection that I really like. Plastic base, metal body. Skip bowl, really like this one. 1999 Classic Game Series. I showed you my Uno Escort. This was in the same series. Skip bowl, plastic base. Now let me show you some of my loose samples. Of course, this is the one that came out of the pack. Well, I think it is. I have a couple with 2 different wheel variations. There you can see the opening hood. When they paint the car blue, it also sprays onto the engine. This one has silver lace wheels. Race team, one of my favorite types of themes to collect. Here's the same model, but it has gold lace wheels. I just noticed I didn't close the hood all the way. This one's a little popped open. But same wheels, just different colors. And that's what I was talking about in the video, is that Sol-Aire has been released a lot of times. Here you have the 2000 Tony Hawk series. If you like Tony Hawk, the skateboarder, maybe you'd like to seek this one out for your collection. Wow, this one's 17 years old already. If you notice, it's black and white. There's the white overspray onto the engine part. It's black and white. Well, there was another black and white version the same year, but this one was exclusive to the Criss Cross Crash track set that was released around 2000. There's a new one this year, new Criss Cross Crash set. But this version of Sol-Aire CX4 was exclusive to Criss Cross Crash back in 2000. I'm going to keep that in the baggie. But I love this version right here from 2004. Look, black with flames. Awesome paint job. Really like this one. The series was called Autonomicals. But you can just seek out Sol-Aire CX4 and then you can find this one. Love the black paint, orange flames, really fantastic. And this version right here, I think this is the last one that was released, 2009. This was a Target Valentine's release. And that's why it has 214 on the side, February 14th, Target Valentine's. This was exclusive to Target. Walmart did have their own version. It was like an alternate color in silver. But here's my very favorite Sol-Aire CX4. Patriotic Stars and Stripes, red, white, and blue. Yeah, and it was a treasure hunt. This was the 1998 treasure hunt version of Sol-Aire CX4. We only had 12 treasure hunts a year back then, and there was only, one a month, and not only that, they were only released one version. The treasure hunt either had plastic wheels or the treasure hunt would have rubber tires, right? They would not release this car with both versions. No. Sol-Aire CX4 had plastic wheels, and like the next month, whatever that car was, it might have had plastic or rubber. No such thing as super treasure hunts back then. Now, Smitty Man 2727, hey Mark, when your show went to an ad, it played a video from Netflix, and the language was inappropriate in that video. Well, if you're logged into YouTube, right, YouTube's going to serve an ad based on who they think is watching the video. So if you're logged into an account that's, an adult or 13 and up or something, then YouTube might show an ad that might have inappropriate content for a little kid, but it doesn't know a little kid's watching. So if you want to know for sure that to keep the video safe, you can watch my videos on the YouTube Kids app, and it will not let those types of ads be presented on the Kids app. So you can download the YouTube Kids app and you can watch my videos there. And that's Smitty, he's probably okay, but he's more concerned about the younger people, right? I appreciate it. And maybe families don't know this. Maybe families don't know about the YouTube Kids app. So you can download it to your device, and it works on tablets, works on phones. It's a mobile app, right? So you can download it, and then get safer content. Now, when you go to the app, though, you have to search for RaceGrooves. You have to type in, because it kind of presents a bunch of videos for the kids to see already, right? So to find RaceGrooves videos, you have to do a search for RaceGrooves. Thank you very much for letting me know. Yeah, I know about it. Maybe other people, were concerned about those ads, but the ads are not necessarily based on my video. They're based on who they think is watching the video, right? And also Marcela Morales Gaona, Florida Gator colors on the Gator Raider? I don't know. What do y'all think? In that same Matchbox case unboxing video, Diecast Collector 14 said they put a hitch on Vantom. I'm afraid not. Might have been glare off of the package confusing you. It definitely does not have a hitch. I thought I'd dig out some older samples of the Vantom. Not the Vantom. Vantom. And I checked them all. Never had a hitch and still doesn't have a hitch. I don't think they'll ever release one with a hitch because it's kind of too high. Matchbox doesn't even have any models to tow. I mean, very few. And they definitely are not going to hook to a high-rise vehicle like this. So no hitch. Probably never will have one. Steve Brandon commented, is Dune Chaser metal, meaning metal body, metal base? The chassis looks like it's unpainted die-cast metal, so I assume that the metal would be plastic, but the video makes it look like it's painted metal. So if it's just plastic, Matchbox did a really good job of hiding its plasticness with the paint. You can see red paint flaking off of the spun post, so it is in fact metal, but when you look at the base, it doesn't even say Dune Chaser, it says Dune Buggy, actually 2006 Dune Buggy, and that's because when it originally came out, it was called 2006 Dune Buggy. They changed the name again. This case had a beautiful new Lotus Evora, and I showcased a whole lot of Lotus models at the end. Another thing I did is that I mentioned, I know Hot Wheels had some Lotus models. Lotus Esprit S1, Jim Holroyd at 2105U asked, has the Lotus Esprit S1 been released in other colors apart from white? Hot Wheels had yellow and red versions too. Yeah, of course, during editing, I remember the red version. I totally forgot about the yellow version. Thank you for sharing that to remind me. I appreciate it. And also, Tom McAdams, great vid, but you forgot the old Royal Flash. It's a Lotus Esprit. And I looked at my collection. I couldn't find one, so I had to snag some images from the internet to show you. This is, I think, from the 80s, this Hot Wheels piece. Even after all that, I found another Lotus that I left out, the Lotus Elise 340R. It was a first edition in 2000. Metal flake silver. There was at least a yellow version released after this. Interesting model. Haven't seen it in a long time. There was another cool model that was a 2000 first edition. Do you know the Diora 2? Oh yeah, first edition, 2000. That was the very first release of the Diora 2. And yes, it did have surfboards when it first came out. There's your Hot Wheels track loops. Very cool, Diora 2. Let me take a moment to thank my pledges from Patreon. If you pledge $5 a month, you get a shout out in the weekend show. Not only that, I give them some advance peeks. Sometimes, a lot of times I have Truckin' Tuesday ready to go early, and I give them a link ahead of time. Now, you don't have to pledge $5 for that. If you pledge $1 a month, you get access to that as well. But $5 supporters, these people support RaceGrooves, and they get a shout out in the weekend show. Robert J. Phillips, Nicholas Holmes, and Joe Smith, thank you very much for supporting RaceGrooves. And I hope you enjoy your perks as well, like shout outs and some advanced videos. Hey, coming up next after this break, we're going to take a look at the Beatles pop culture cars. Yeah, in 2017, Mattel had a Beatles pop culture 5-car set, 5 different models, 5 different album artwork. My friend Luis Rebolledo loaned me his album collection. So not only are we going to take a look at the Hot Wheels models, we're going to take a look at the actual Beatles albums that were represented with this Hot Wheels pop culture set. Coming up next. In 2017, Hot Wheels released a Beatles 5-car set in their pop culture lineup. Luis Rebolledo loaned me all 5 of his albums that go along with these 5 models. Let's go ahead and check them out. Here you have Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. It's going to be a little tough to film this with the camera angles and with lighting. But there you have the logo for Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. These are albums for you newer folk. This is how we used to listen to records. I was born in the 60s, so this is definitely how we had it. And into the 70s. And I was even buying albums into the early 80s. Let's take a look on the inside. Gotta try to be as careful as possible with Luis's albums. There's a look at the inside. Oh, my camera, can I see the top? Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty close. There's a look at the inside of the album with the 4 members of the Beatles. Now the albums themselves, they have a little sleeve for the album. There's a look at the inside. Oh, this is cool. Luis told me about this. For this one, they had different cutouts, Sgt. Pepper cutouts, so you can do your own little Sgt. Pepper figure or something. Nothing on the back, just this on the front. And here's the sleeve itself. Let's take a look at the album. I don't know if sometimes they have, a lot of times they have decorations on the center, on the paper part of the album. Oh, this one's stuck in the tape part. He has it taped up so that it doesn't fall out, and then it's kind of, the tape kind of stuck together. Hang on. Is that enough to get it out? There you go. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. There's the album or the track listings there, 1 through 7. And this is side 1 on side, whoa. Almost got away. Side 2, there's the track listings. I'll show the cars later, but first up, let's take a look at I'm taking a look at the album and the artwork. I did not set up these albums to be in any chronological order at all. I just kind of stacked them up. Here you have the Magical Mystery Tour. It says it has a 24-page full-color picture book. I'm not sure if it's included. I'm not sure if Luis has it. But some of the stuff, he's a fan. Check it out. Sometimes he has the Spanish version as well. Now, it's the Spanish version of the packaging. I don't believe they sing in Spanish. I could be wrong, though. Right here. Hecho en Mexico. So this is the Spanish version. Let's take a look at the back. I should have looked at these before. I don't think they have anything inappropriate. If not, if something pops up, I'll just have to snip it out. Here's a look at the inside on the left. Actually, there's a page before this on the right. For some of you guys, this is going to be a trip down memory lane, pardon the pun, but I probably have about 80 albums myself. Oh, check it out. See that right there? It's the Magical Mystery Tour. And there was actually a bus. And Luis tells me he actually has a replica from a company, if I think about the name. I think it was the same company that did the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car. But so for them to pick this model for the Magical Mystery Tour, it made sense, right? It's a bus. Now, the bus didn't look like this, but it was pretty clever for Mattel to use a bus for this album right here. 1967 is the copyright on the bottom. Let's take a look, see if it has a sleeve. Now, some of these he had himself, some of these he's picked up along the way. So some of these sleeves might not be the original sleeves. It's a little hard to remember. Here's a look at the track listings. I was trying to be so careful with the first one that the dang thing rolled out of my hand because I was trying to be so gentle. Now for the other side. There's the track listing, in case you were curious what songs were on this album. For the Spanish version, he has it in a plastic sleeve. So, you know, just like other collectibles, you can get different things to protect your collection. I'm glancing out the album. I don't see any difference other than the Hecho in Mexico down here. This one doesn't have a paper. Let me check. I thought this was the one that had a paper inside. Yeah, the other one, there was like an insert right here, but this one does not have it. It does have some of the language inside. Of course, it's for the Spanish market, so a lot of this stuff will be in Spanish. This part is, but of course, the words are going to be in English because that means that the songs are definitely sung in English if they're going to have the, well, now I just realized something. Anyways, yeah, see, look, this one, he just has another sleeve on there. There you have, Magical Mystery Tour, the Beatles. I'm trying to think, I see the apple, and I know that Paul McCartney, I thought he, I forget what is that the name of, is the apple the symbol of the record company? I forgot. So as you can see, the Spanish version had a different label applied to the album than the normal version. Now we have the Beatles' Hard Day's Night. This was a movie that the Beatles had done, original motion picture soundtrack. It has 2 samples as well. I'm not sure. You can see that they're different on the bottom. One doesn't have any printing. The other one has high fidelity on the bottom. Take a look at the back. Very similar on the back. I'm not sure why one is different than the other. This one doesn't have any type of plastic sleeve. Here's the names of the songs. Both sides. Let me take a peek at the other album and see if it has some type of paper sleeve inside. This looks like it's an original sleeve, or maybe not, because the other ones actually had a lot of Beatles stuff had graphics on there. So I'm not sure if it's an original sleeve or not. Again, the track listing, in case you're curious. If you notice anything of interest, you can pause. Here we have Rubber Soul. This one is a Spanish album, or published for the manufactured for the Spanish market, Hecho in Mexico. This one does have a plastic cover on it, so I'll be careful with that. Here's a look at the back. You've probably already seen, I think it showed a track listing on the package, on the outside of the album. And here's the 5th album that he shared with me for the 5th vehicle in the Hot Wheels Pop Culture Hot Wheels set. Just says the Beatles on the album, and it's known as the White Album. Now on the truck itself, there has a little number here down in the corner. Right on, it says number DWH32. And it turns out that like the first printings of the White Album actually had like a serial number. I believe that's what I read. And so that's why it has a number to symbolize that. But the number that they put on the vehicle, DWH32, is actually, it's actually the number, I guess, assigned to the Hiway hauler. Let's open it up. I saved that like a case unboxing video. Very plain interior, nothing on the top right, but you do have images of the 4 band members. There's the track listing right there. Now, early Beatles, it's kind of pop rock kind of stuff. Wasn't my thing. It's all right, you know, I can listen to it a little bit. I'm more into the later albums, more so like this White Album and further down. I don't know if you can see that, but you can see the track listing when I show the inside. It should have showed the same names. Now for the second insert here. Yep, kind of plain. And the back is plain as well. That's why they call it the White Album. Now let's go ahead and crack open that die cast. We'll start with that one, the 67 Austin minivan. Sometimes the pop culture is a little bit more difficult to open them up. Pretty neat how they choose the different castings. I think this one's all right. It's kind of appropriate for it being, you know, with them being a European band, or originating over there in the UK, right? I was just taking a glance to see if the graphics were the same. They kind of flipped them. It's not exactly, wait a second. Yellow, looks the same. Pretty nice that they tampoed the tires. You got printing on the tires. That's better. Maybe you can see it's a S and then a symbol. That was actually on the album, by the way. Let's give them a spin so you can check out all the sides. It says the Beatles. They had to put the trademark or licensing information on the base. You know, at least it's not big and glaring like some of the ones they do for the Marvel. It's not bad having it on the back. Hopefully the clicking of the turntable isn't too bad. Sorry about that. Let's get a similar model, the Ford Transit Supervan for rubber sole. I like that Austin Mini. I also like this Supervan. Now this one's got the tampoed tire, so you can't, customizers can't really use it for something else. Look, tampoed headlights, graphics in the back, tampoed taillights. Supervan has a, now if it was red striped wheels it'd be better, but you know, they did orange striped wheels to go along with the graphics. Makes sense for this release. And it has chrome hubs on the inside. So looking good. I like this Ford Supervan, pretty popular casting. Well, I shouldn't say popular. Popular enough to where there's enough casting collectors that enjoy it. Haulin gas. Now the first two I showed you were licensed models. But Haulin gas is a Hot Wheels creation. It's one of their fantasy designs. For the Magical Mystery Tour. There's the licensing I told you about on the back. Looking good. Yellow and blue, just like the album artwork. Kind of looks like a Twinkie, eh? Nice tires. Let's go ahead and get the dairy delivery next. Very popular model with collectors. You only see it in the adult collectibles line anymore. I mean, nowadays, you don't see it in the basics anymore. This one got white striped wheels. Is this a metal base? Yeah, metal base. I'll check the others. So far, metal, 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 metal. Everything metal so far. There's a look at the dairy delivery. Most popular one out of this set is the Hiway hauler. This will be the hardest one for you to find. Looking good. Oh, I gotta change. So big, I gotta change my focus. There you go. 6 tires. Oh, why is it so far away? 6 rubber tires. White tires to go along with the White Album. Pretty cool presentation. Very creative from the Hot Wheels team. You have lights on the top for the rig itself. It looks like, it does look like they did tampo right there for the lights. This is probably decorated as well. The base, metal base, made in Thailand. This is plastic probably. Yeah, definitely plastic. But this is the one everybody wanted out of the set. And if you want white walls to customize your vehicles, if you get 2 of these, you wind up with 3 sets of axles. Okay, coming up next, Ask RaceGrooves. Somebody asked, hey, are you going to give me a shout out on the next video? Nope. Shout outs are for participation, okay? Tarpo for the check-in. RaceGrooves, do you have any Crazy 8s cars from Hot Wheels? Yeah, I have a few. You want to check them out? Here's all my fantasy cars. I keep them alphabetized. Well, the ones that are loose, I should say. So Crazy 8s, going to look for the K for crazy. Let's see which ones I have loose in here. Gotta be careful. Oh, I seen them. Now, there's some on this side as well. Now, I don't have the time to look up the years of release. This one here, I'm not sure where that one came from. Might have came with a track set. That one did not come from a track set. I know that. Love that bright orange. Oh, this aqua, that one came from like a starter set. I'll have extras of this one because I bought extra starter sets so that I can use the tracks to make various layouts. Hey, I think this is Lickety 6. Yeah, I think it's Lickety 6 actually, the original Lickety 6. If that's the wrong name, let me know. Now over here, K for Night Dragon, L for Lakester, K and L's in here. Oh, this is a Matchbox. This is not supposed to be over here. I put it in here for K Knight Rider, but because I had my Hot Wheels Knight Rider next to it, but I put it somewhere else now. I'm looking. There's definitely a famous Crazy 8s. I don't see it in here. This is L for London Taxi. Technically, that's a licensed model. I should get it over into my licensed containers. Where's that Crazy 8s? There's definitely one that I need to find. That's the one you're going to want to see, I'm sure. Well, I'm guessing that's the one you want to see. Here's my miscellaneous Matchbox. Where did I put it? Oh, you know what? This is the wrong row. I have some mixed Hot Wheels up here. Maybe it's in there. There's Classics, Hot Wheels Classics. There's some extra Faster Than Evers that I bought, geez, over 10 years ago. Maybe they're over. There you go. Bingo. Hiway 35. That's where I'm looking for that Crazy 8s. I'm sure that's who you want to see. Kadeem. There you go. Let me get this one. So yes, I do have a collection of Crazy 8s. I have more still in the package. These are just the ones that I have loose. Thank you for asking. Now I have a RaceGrooves community on Facebook. So like, if you can't, we have collectors sharing pictures of the collections, right? Or maybe you have a car that you don't know the name of the car. Post your picture over in the RaceGrooves community, and you know, maybe someone will help you out. Maybe I'll help you out, or maybe someone will beat me. We all try to help each other out. We're all collectors. Well, Ted Kostick, he posted a comment over there because he says he doesn't have a YouTube account. So he said the weekend show, that'd be the last weekend. Brought up some good stuff I wanted to comment on. I don't have any other social media, blah, blah, blah. The Tune Chevy Impala is fantastic. Yeah, I love that casting. I'm glad that people said that they're going to seek it out. Let's see, went back and thank you for watching my older videos. But this is the one that I wanted to focus on right here. The comment about cars not being specifically for boys was great. My daughter loves playing with the tracks and seeing the fun models. I collect. She is 3, so her favorite model is Gotta Go. Yeah, I'm sure little kids would have fun with that model. Thank you very much, Ted, for posting that comment. And you know what? That's why in my videos I don't try not to refer to gender, because who says that, you know, it's just meant for boys? It's not. There's girls who collect as well. As a matter of fact, Heathkin just popped in last week. She happened to comment the same week. And she said, great weekend show, RaceGrooves. Very nice that you do this. Keep it going, please. Thank you, Heathkin. She's an original YouTuber, by the way. Yeah, when I started, we're talking over 5 years ago, 8 years or 7, I don't know how long, but she was an early toy car YouTuber right there. As a matter of fact, on YouTube, you can put videos into a watch later folder so you can watch them later. Well, I keep Heathkin's video. It has the oldest. It's the oldest one I have in my playlist, right? So because it's the oldest, it puts her thumbnail as the thumbnail for my watch later. And of course, I might like seeing that bling Chevy Avalanche on top of my folder. Thank you very much, Heathkin. Her name's Susan. Don't tell everybody, but yeah, she's a collector too. K9 Crypto, hey Mark, here's a suggestion. I think if you were to incorporate one or more cameras to the finish gate, it would add more dynamic shots to your finished videos for track time. Have you tried doing that before? Well, yeah, I I realized that afterwards. So in the next video after, there's been a video since that comment. I think it was the Star Wars video, and I put another camera to zoom in at the finish line. If I only remember to keep the towel down so I don't block my own shots, knucklehead. Carson Gold posted in the RaceGrooves community. Ask RaceGrooves, has there ever been a time where you got an error and you didn't even know it? Yeah, there's a video called Bummer Dude, and I didn't even notice that I opened up Hiway Hauler. I think that's the sequel, Hiway Hauler 2. I don't remember what the second, I think it's Hiway Hauler 2, right? But yeah, I opened it up, and the metal, it had a whole bunch of spots where the metal wasn't filled in. I really wish that I hadn't opened that up because it would have been nice to keep. Lewis Hancock also asked over there, asked RaceGrooves, what's your favorite Maisto model? And, I might be partial to the Chevy Avalanche. Caroline Frieda, I want track time loops only because my last track time I didn't do any loops at all, right? Now she wants loops only, or he wants loops only, right? Well, how's the cars going to get from loop to loop? I got to use boosters. I got to use track. I can't use loops only. JB, if you love diecast, this is a channel for you. Thank you very much for saying if you like diecast, okay? Because people always say, Hot Wheels. I collect more than just Hot Wheels. It's just not Hot Wheels. I collect lots of brands of cars. Thank you very much for saying I like diecast. And you want other people to learn about diecast as well. James Brunskill asked RaceGrooves, what is your opinion of models like Milano or any non-wheeled vehicle in the Hot Wheels basics? Well, this is where people have the... people get used to calling them Hot Wheels cars. The cars are Hot Wheels. Well, guess what? The brand is Hot Wheels. It's not Hot Wheels like they're wheels. No, the brand is called Hot Wheels. The brand is called Matchbox. And Hot Wheels is for little toy models. So I have no problem with them. Have at it. Thank you very much for watching this RaceGrooves weekend show. Any videos I mentioned, the links are down below in the description. I did mention Patreon. If you'd like to get some perks or support RaceGrooves, that's the way to do it. Thank you very much. Have fun with your toys and have a great week. Bye-bye.